Hello there gang, DD DeVere here. I have another bit of a gameplay video, Dungeon Escape. It's on the old Monday specials at Steam store for a magical 40p. So I thought we'd find out to see if this game is worth your money, or more importantly, worth your time. So is it? Well, let's find out. Setting wise, yeah, that's your lot. So with that done, might as well hit play. So you do get 50 levels, that's a good start. So I'll start at the beginning. And yes, it's a platformer, but of course it's one of those hardcore platformers. This will be a relatively short video. As well, you'll see for why soon enough. There's the coins to collect, which we'll discuss more shortly. Yeah, okay, I won't bother collecting. See, there's the issue. There's no real benefit to collecting them. You've only got to get the keys, which will unlock the door for the next level. And that's your lot. There is really absolutely zero reason to collect them other than score. So seems a bit of a wasted opportunity. I mean, no, that was terrible. And of course, by trying to collect them, you're actively making your game and your day a lot harder. So that's not encouragement, to be honest with you. One thing that does stand out is definitely this soundtrack. There's quite an expansive soundtrack with this. So that's something at least. I wouldn't say that's necessarily the reason to buy a game, but if it is only 40p, I mean, that's... no, that was my fault. I did actually not intend to jump that way. But at least they've put the effort in, even if the visuals themselves are very basic. It doesn't really change up a lot, much more than colour palettes from what I've seen so far. And enemies, although the enemies are all functionally the same, they're they have sort of slightly different palette swaps basically again, and they don't actually get any sort of new abilities. It's just all about getting the precision platforming done. And there we go. Oh, that was... the only downside, your actual character that you play, as you can see, you're actually sort of nowhere near as definitive as the enemy types. I always spot the enemy types first, long before we figure out what my character is. Could have gone for something a little bit more. That's why I was trying to find where I was on the screen, and I die. So yeah, so yes, this is very much one of the hardcore precision style games, you know, Super Meat Boy style. That ended up working out quite well, even though I kind of stuffed up the jump. Oh, although chin wagging while playing is probably not helping. But I'm not professing to be any great master of these style games. That's for sure. Because to be honest with you, they're not my cup of tea. I just find it far too repetitive, and this, you know, super hardcore precision. You know, you stuff up one jump, and just by a split second here, or you didn't hold your controller for a split second long enough, or you a split second released it too early, and boom, that's it. Back to the beginning you go, and no, I don't get that kind of gameplay. I mean, I can understand the appeal for some people, but that some people is not me. Hardcore? You call this hardcore? You girls need to go and try China Minor on the Commodore 64. That's what you call hardcore. I don't know why I went down there for the geezer over there. You've never heard of China Minor on the Commodore 64. That is a legendary beast for absolute ridiculous precision. Way beyond anything any modern games ever turned out. I can promise you that, my friends. So there's sometimes, you know, being human beings, we can replicate our actions exactly 100% of the time with absolutely no variation or variant, just like a machine. And there's another thing. Occasionally the hitboxes are ropey like that. I definitely landed on the top of him there. I'm sure I did. And that, yeah, I still end up dead right now, which is the best way. I'm going to try and... Ah, there we go. I've got to be a bit careful there, because if I land on him wrong, I'll bounce into that, no doubt. Right, I think we're just about done. Oh, no, I jumped too early. Yeah, as I say, these aren't my cup of tea at all. Not at all. So, I mean, on the upside, you get your money's worth, because you see it, the kind of chiptune-y track is all very, very fitting. And so I would like to palm off my suckiness here as being just the fact I'm chin-wagging while playing, but no, unfortunately not. So I do understand the appeal. I understand why some people do like them, but yeah, just not going to ever appeal to me. I'm afraid. Just not my cup of tea. Again, the coins is a... I did mean to do that. The coins does seem a bit of a missed opportunity. It is literally just score. There's no... Yeah, if getting a certain amount of coins maybe unlocked extra levels or different skins for your character, something to make them feel worthwhile, then that would be quite good. You might notice that my score doesn't actually... I've just noticed that now, actually. The score does... oh, I did that for... The score doesn't reset, it seems. That score at the top there has got to be including my score from playing earlier. So it just really comes down to you, gang. If you're an absolute hardcore platformer, you know, and you love these kind of games, then you're going to get a lot here. Controls are mostly precise, other than those sometimes questionable hitboxes and landing on the top of an enemy. Yeah, they feel fairly quite crisp. I am playing with the... I didn't really jump forward till I finished landing here. I am playing with the Xbox controller. Obviously, these kind of games do tend to be a little bit better like that. So I came down here for it. Don't really need those coins again. You get a pretty extensive soundtrack. I mean, the visuals aren't particularly in depth, but they fit the game. And in fairness, they look decent enough for what they are. Obviously going for the old 8-bit, 16-bit style retro sort of vibe. And the fact it's on sale this game's on sale all the time. I mean, so for 40p, I mean... Oh! Again! At this point, the frustration is far outweighing the fun. I have to be honest with you. I'm not... I absolutely swore I landed on that. I'm going to so check that in editing. But by and large, at least the controls are crisp, which is at least one blessing. Because I mean, any platformer should have, you know, you want good crisp controls, not just hardcore ones. Platformers with bad controls are not a good experience. I'm sure anyone who's played any sort of basic platform will tell you that. Right, finally. Good grief. Right, can I... Oh, just as I looked, I didn't mean to... There's no punishment for death, at least. So yeah, if you're into hardcore platformers, gang, you'll get your money's worth. That's for sure. It definitely lives on the Super Meat Boy style of hardcore here. And as usual, later on, there's invisible traps and things to also throw you up, because if it wasn't throw you off, rather, throw you up. That sounds like a bad description. But this isn't my cup of tea, basically. I shan't be playing much more of it. That's for sure. But if you're into it, this kind of thing, then you are going to get your money's worth with 50 levels, decent soundtrack, and mostly decent controls. So I think we'll conclude our dealings around here, gang. As so the game itself doesn't really open up much after this. I was a bit too early there. The game itself doesn't really open up much more than this anyway. As I say, most of it's just sort of palette swaps and slightly different coloured enemies. But at least from what I've seen, as I say, I'm not going to get through all 50 levels. No chance of that. It's not the worst hardcore platformer I've played. It's just a worse player playing it, I guess. But it's just there are better ones out there, if you like that. And it's, to my opinion, of course. But For 40 pence, if this is your bag, then this is not a bad bag. I don't know why I keep doing that little nudge forward after I get him. I'm absolutely positive. Once again, I was on top of him. Well, wait. Okay, there. Look, game. You know, just. I mean, it's all fine in that saying hardcore, but give a little bit of leeway. And especially early levels, would it really kill these games just to... Oh, really? Because I was a pixel out. Oh, yeah, if you're into these games, do let me know in the comments what it is you're seeing them, because at this point, it's just mind-numbing frustration. I mean, it's just a platformer. What is the appeal? Because I honestly just don't get it. Constantly repeating the same little path over and over again until you get the exact split pixel perfect, and luck and the stars align at the same time to let you get onto the next level. So yes, before I end up throwing my controller across the room, we shall conclude our dealings here, gang. For 40 pence, it's not. If you're into hardcore, it's really good. If you're not, then you'll probably want to give it a miss. Unless you really like the soundtrack, just leave it on in the background. I guess if your chip tunes is your thing, because they've definitely put the effort in for at least, and the controls are smooth. So anyway, all, thanks for taking the time to watch the video. Hope you found it useful and entertaining to watch, and certainly more entertaining to watch than it was to play, because that was quite the frustrations. And I shall see you all next time. Bye for now.